Chapter 79, Sly. My father, he's alive, isn't he? There's no doubt about it as I run up to him and embrace him. A second later, he returns the hug. Look at you, my little burglar, he laughs as he pats my cheek. I've missed you so much, Dad, I croak. And I you. I see you're still carrying my cane. How many jobs have you pulled with it? I laugh. There is no way I have the answer to that question memorized. It's good to see you, Connor, says McSweeney lightly. Jim, I can't believe it. It's been way too long. He nods. How have you been? Dad asks. McSweeney can't figure out what to say to that. Dad, how is this possible? I saw you get... Well, I did, but there's a part of me that still lives on inside of you, my dear boy, as well as all of your departed ancestors. We are all with you. I gulp. That's some deep thought. Like Ryoichi and everybody? It feels strange to get emotional about that with time machine technology out there, but hearing that gives me a lump in my throat, but a comforting one. Like I'm more appreciated and special than I ever thought. Exactly, buddy. And what about my mom? Jude's, I hear McSweeney say. I know the story of my mother. She and my father got separated when I was 3, about a year before the break-in, and she was contacted but never heard from again. Yet at that young age and not much history, after a year I was able to get over her. I'm now starting to wish I didn't, though, that Bentley and Murray and I tried harder to look for her. My father sighs. Sadly, no. Oh. Seeing him there reminds me of the photo of me holding both my mother and father's hands. I wonder if it's still up there in that house. I was actually quite hoping the moment I saw my dad in the flesh that I'd see my mom too. I don't actually remember how she looked much, and this fact is now starting to make me tear up. Connor, says McSweeney, it is honestly amazing to see you again after all these years, and there's nothing more than more time. Maybe this can somehow happen again, but right now Sly and I are in turmoil. We actually have no idea how we got here. I know. Come in with me and sit down for a bit. Kick back and relax. As I said, we would love to, but we can't laze around. We have a friend who has to use up his own energy to have us here. And not only that, we have another friend, a psychic guru, who's in really rough condition. We need to act now. And we don't know for one thing how we actually got here, and we need to figure that out. As much as I hate to say it, yeah, I agree with McSweeney, I say. Not only that, we left 3 others back at the dream version of California, and something weird is happening with them too. Maybe you could come with us. We can catch up along the way. There's nothing you'll be able to do for them if you don't calm down a little bit. Being a thief allows you to make your own hours for work. Relax whenever you want to, as well as when you want to have some excitement. My dad giggles. The authorities have had to chase their tails for years, and have lost quite a lot of sleep for getting in on the business. Dad, is this actually my dad? I can't imagine him being dismissive like this. Right? Dr. M and Dad had anger that caused them to drift apart. Was this a hint of how Dr. M felt? Dad, please, help us. I am helping you, son. Don't worry about the others for a minute. Regain your sanity. Now I'm getting mad. My friends are the only reason I'm alive, I snap. The only reason I ever found McSweeney again. Honorable thieves like me and you, we need to keep that honor. My dad rolls his eyes at that, and my heart breaks in two. Let me show you something quick, son. He stares right at me and his eyes start to glow. Then all of a sudden the world goes black. Once it does and I can't even see my hands that are supposed to be right in front of me, I realize maybe I've been a total fool. I was zapped back to my old house after our prime enemy did something with his magic eyes. Who's to say that could ever be my real dad? It defies all logic. What have you done, whoever you are? I shout. I haven't done anything, says the voice of my father, way too casually. Someone else is simply allowing you to see what I hoped you'd be able to see. See something? You and your friend must have a bad connection, I tease. Do we now? My view readjusts. So bright and so suddenly I can't see a thing for a few seconds. So this is your esteemed treasure, Mr. Alistair? I've never heard that voice before. I have no idea where I've ended up. Some kind of gravel street. I think I see... That's an ancestor of mine, Sly McCooper. He's right near me, with his steel cane. I beg you, I used all my money to make this. Whoever is speaking to Sly is at his mercy, with some kind of gold statue. It looks like a man and a woman hugging. Sly smirks for some reason, raises his metal cane, and smashes it to pieces, with no remorse or hesitation. The man screams, "No!" and starts wailing. Sly then says something I can't hear, then he brutally lifts his cane up again and knocks him out. Everything fades again, but this time the world has gone gray, not black nor white. "What was that?" I demand to the air. "Just part one." Another scene materializes. I see Henrietta One-Eye Cooper take out a ship she just looted, and all the pirates on board are fed to the sharks. I then see Otto von Cooper leave on a plane by himself with 5 people behind him begging him to come back in tears. Even from my limited knowledge of what's happening, I see they're begging to be rescued. I see Tennessee Kid Cooper making off with a sack of money heading by train to a children's refugee charity. I see either Slyton Common or a child of his taking off with a hefty cart of fish from a vendor, just like the one I stole from in London. And it's not just memories of my ancestors that flash by me one by one. I hear sobs of children not being able to have Christmas presents that year. I hear anger directed at security guards, fired for letting a Cooper escape. I hear people crying in bed from being robbed and the trauma of being the victim, of being scared to go back out or to care about anything ever again. I hear laughs from my ancestors after another successful big-time heist. Except I'm not joining in the laughter. These memories, these happy times, they're completely sadistic. "My ancestors were not like this," I protest. "I fought with them. They're good people. They wouldn't do these things." "I am sorry to say they were," says my dad. I then see him materialize right in front of me, also floating in midair. He then snaps his fingers and we're suddenly back by my house. Here, his eyes have begun to glow green. I jump back, just like how Tongia's eyes were. I may be a manipulative illusion, but from what the creator of this mirage was able to implement, I know firsthand every memory shared is completely real and straight out of your ancestry. This thing masquerading as my murdered father's Snickers. You want to be a thief to make a living? You want to be a thief, period? Then that's what you must accept. There is no such thing as honor among thieves. Just a way to make cutting the little girl's skipping rope feel like a valuable lesson in her development of the cruel world when all you've done is make someone who did nothing to you cry. A knife didn't go through my heart at that moment, but you could have fooled me. Shut up! I yell. I know you recently had some adventures with Slyton Common and his clan. Well, something he never mentions in our beloved book is he and Oceanoth split after having their baby. Stop, I grunt. He couldn't leave thieving behind, even at the expense of his family, so they parted ways. And eventually, Peely left him too. Slyton Common II was convinced to become a thief just like his father, and his father's old friends left him too as a result. That's a great example of honor in thieving, right? No, it's not, I shout. As much in denial as your mother, he laughs. Judes was so fed up with me and my thieving that just like Oceanoth, just like Peely, she left. I at least fought for custody to keep you in the business. I bribed some crooked law enforcement to do just that. Funny, but he looks back at the house as if he's amusedly reminiscing. Maybe if your mother was there for me, for you, if I didn't drive her off, maybe she would have been able to help us. Maybe we'd all still be a family. That's enough, roars McSweeney from behind me. I see him begin to charge, but he's stopped by something in his path that is invisible. He grips the air like a mime. I turn and see my father has a hand up near him. It's his doing. He goes on. The Cooper ancestry is just a history of bullies with a pricey book to go with it. Face the facts, my son. He looks up at the sky. Whether the Cooper legacy keeps going or one day ends, All it will be known for in history is fattening their own pockets in ways that gave everyone else a headache. Whoever said anyone needed a potion to make the world angry? He laughs. I grip my cane tight. I swing it at my laughing, long-lost, late father. He turns to dust, but his laugh lingers in the air. Even when it's gone after a few seconds, I can still hear it ringing. McSweeney. I fall to my knees and he catches me before I hit the ground, free of his invisible boxed prison. He rubs my back with one hand and says they're theirs, which are the only thing keeping me from plunging into insanity. Whoever's doing this was just trying to get in your head, McSweeney insists. Connor was sometimes a little carefree, but that's not what he was like. Don't forget, we were sent here on purpose because someone's trying to sabotage our intercept of Tongia. Don't let them win. I wipe my nose. Okay, I'll try not to. What I don't say is how much it hurt having to whack my father. The last memory I have of him used to be his shadow struggling against someone from the Fiendish Five, keeping me hidden away in the closet before he collapsed for good. My new last memory of him is a maniacal laugh.